Hello and welcome to Channel Sports on Sunday. I'm Cecilia Omogbe in Lagos and Ken Ochonogo is in London. He will be joining me on the show. Ken, good afternoon. It's good to have you again.
Cecilia, I learned that it is raining in Lagos, but you are not looking at me. You are just shining right there in the studio.
So you're loving that it's raining in Lagos. I'm not liking it at all because it wasn't easy coming down here. All right, this is what the show is looking like today. Of course, we'll be counting down to the FIFA Women's World Cup. It's 10 days to go. And we'll be talking about bonus row across the world because from Germany to England, and even a little bit of the Super Falcons everyone is talking about is South Africa. It's another country. We'll focus on that. Of course, Director of Communication, Niger Football Federation, will be joining us on the show to clarify so many issues, especially the ranting by Randy Waldrum, the Super Falcons coach. And also, we'll touch down on tennis, what's currently going on, the top seeds are out, and also the ones that are left on it. And the Niger Super to get our attention taking place in Lagos. And also, we'll take a look at the Under-21 Euros Championship. England are champions. And of course, in Africa, the AFCON Under-23. Morocco, they are champions. So for the first time, they are winning that trophy. Also, we'll touch down on NNL. Heartland, of course, not just qualifying to take part in the Nigeria Premier League. They are also the champions of Nigeria National League, coming back with a bang. All right, let's start up with this one, talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They are intensifying preparations. The players are not disturbed. They are well settled in Australia, preparing for their opening game against, of course, Olympic champions, Canada. But we'll be having the Director of Communications, Nigeria Football Federation, joining us on this program to clarify some issues, as I mentioned earlier. So, Ken, are you going to start off with him, or should I do the honors of starting off with him?
Okay. I muted. Let me unmute. Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I think it's a bit low.
I muted it. I'm clear with you, right? I'm clear now. Yeah. I muted it. Okay. I say it's an honor to have Mr. Demola Nigeria with us here. Too many speculations, too many conjectures, too many everything. And then in the absence of hearing from the horse's mouth, this is a big hustle. I mean, we just assume that this is what it is. So probably we should start by him telling us, how far our preparations are going with the Super Falcons, and then probably we can talk about this thing because we need clarification, like you said, not just the speculations in Nigeria. The South African female team, they had their issues. They boycotted their last game against Botswana, and in England, it is still an unfinished business, with the English FA. Probably apart from Spain. Apart from Spain, USA and Australia, all of that countries, they are not paying bonuses, including Germany. But then Mr. Demola is with us, so we'll come to that. Mr. Nigeria, please, can you just tell us how far our preparations are for this one? We've been there. Of the 7 countries that have been to all our female World Cups since 1991, the Super Falcons is one of them. But our record is not that too good. Anything? Are we expecting something different, something positive, in this? How are preparations for Nigeria? How are preparations going with the team?
I think, Mr. Lajiri, I think you have to unmute your...
Unmute your mic.
Okay, I think we'll get back to Olajire much later on the program once we are able to connect with him correctly, because we're having issues with some audio problem. That's talking about.
Yes, I think we're having issues which is audio. Yeah, go on.
Okay, while we're waiting for that, Ken, we've been talking about the Super Falcons. I mean, on Saturday, we got a report coming from the captain of the team, debunking all the stories that have been flying around on social media that they are going on strike. And then the players says they're focused, and the captain, Onomebi, says they're focused. Nothing like that is happening. So whatever is just flying around, according to them, is just fake news. It's not really happening. They're really focused on it because they're not talking about that. Another issue we're going to bring up on this is, just different quotes accredited to the NFF Director of Communication, talking about on the issues of the coach Randy Waldrum, the rant they had on the podcast, more than 1 hour I mean, he was talking about how he was employed with the Niger Football Federation, also own salaries and so many issues, trainings, and then friendlies, I mean, preparations, everything you can think of. It was like an expose of what he has been going through since he took charge of the team since 2019. That's after you had the other coach, Danabi, leaving the Super Falcons. But these are the issues that Olajire will be clarifying when he gets back to us. But, let's just take a breather now. Let's listen. The Lionesses talking about England. I mean, Kenny already mentioned that they went into Australia also having issues with their football federation because what happened, same thing with issues, performance-related bonuses that the FA hasn't reached an agreement with them. They are not really happy. But they are not boycotting any games. I mean, we're hearing feelers that they may just boycott some media duties. That's what the feelers we're getting from the English national team camp. But this picture, this was when they were welcomed to the Sunshine Coast, holding a training session and signing autographs with the fans. And of course, the players received jerseys from the indigenous Australians. Fans came out to actually watch their training, welcoming them to the World Cup. And for England, we know they won bronze in Canada in 2015. They came fourth 4 years ago in France, that's 2019. And they will begin their campaign against Haiti in Brisbane, July 22nd. And after that, they're also facing Denmark. China is also in that group in England's group. Let's just listen to the players, how they're looking forward to the World Cup. Remember they won the Euros just last year. This one welcome is something they were looking forward to as European champions. They also want to see if they can crown it up with the World Cup. That will be the first time they will be winning it. Let's listen to the players talking ahead of the World Cup.
I think for us, we always want to do as well as we can. We're always striving to be the best that we can be. And we want to make our families and everyone back home proud of us. So, yeah, obviously we'd love to get as far as we can, but it all starts here. And I think, like you've seen today, a lot of hard work going into each training session, and we've got a little time to prepare. So, yeah, like I said, we want to get the start as we mean to go on and hopefully go as far as we can in the competition.
England has always been known for having a lot of strength and depth. We have obviously a very strong domestic league and a lot of good players. So it's really unfortunate that obviously some of the girls are missing out with really serious injuries, but I think it's about focusing on the players that we've got here, and there's some really, really good ones.
Still a few more sessions. We will have a bit of time off to see a bit more of Australia. But yeah, I think it's just been getting past the jet lag. Naturally, start to get into World Cup mode and get going before our first game.
We've come up to support the girls, obviously European champions. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and these guys are our heroines, and it's the chance to see them train before the game in July.
All right, that's coming from England. Well, fully focused, the bonus round is still there, but then FIFA, I don't know if FIFA actually look for trouble, in quotes, when they introduced that $30,000, at group stage to all the players participating at the FIFA World Cup. And the fact that this was a negotiation between some countries and also FIPRO, and players are thinking, this is what we deserve. They increased it by about 300%. And the federation is saying, whatever money that is coming to us is for us. It's no longer for the players. But then, usually whenever they win games, usually you have the bonuses that players get, which is performance-related bonuses. Then when you lose, but when you win, that always comes in. But some of these countries now are not saying, look, you won't even get that. But countries like USA, Spain, as you mentioned, Australia, who already have that understanding, a contract with the federation, that won't happen because you already have a laid-down contract. But countries who didn't have that are now thinking of how they can, grab more money from the federation. But some federations are saying, we're not going to give you out of the money that we have. But what now happens to the performance-related bonuses? That's where the issues are right now with some of the players. South Africa, Banyaba, we know what happened last time when, players as young as 13 had to go play against Botswana. And of course, they lost in scandalous fashion, 5-0 before they were able to travel on Thursday they had to travel in batches Thursday and Friday to Australia.
I don't know I think Mr. Lajire is clear now. Okay. Let us see if it's clear. If we can take him, if his audio is clear, then we can have him. Mr. Lajire, are you? Is it clear now, Demo? Can you speak so I can hear you? or the volume, or maybe the volume of your, no, increase the volume. Probably it is the volume, not the increase the volume of the set you are using. Maybe the volume is low.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, exactly. Now we can hear you. It's the volume. Okay. Now we can hear him. Now we can hear him. So let's get this step, because since he's asking me questions that you can answer, you are here, performance bonuses and other things. But like we said earlier, when you were before you talking to us, this is our, we've attended all previous 8 editions. We're attending this one at the World Cup since 1991. Nigeria joins the champions, USA, Germany, Sweden and Norway, Japan and Brazil. Those are the only nations that have attended all the World Cups. Demola, you must also agree here that our performances, we've won only 4. We have lost most matches at the World Cup. 19. No other than have done that. So how are preparations this time? Are we coming home with the 10.5 million after winning this World Cup, or how?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, can hear you, yes.
I must start by saying yes, the Super Falcons, as you have mentioned, one of the 7 teams to have been at the economy of the World Cup since 1991. So there's no reason for anyone, for any political position to do anything. But I think the problem we had is that when innovations are very hard, for people to accept. Perhaps people has actually, done some explanation. But we all need to go on, to carry on with the enlightenment that's necessary for players to really understand. Before the FIFA came out with this new template, the NFF had an agreement that was in place. When the leadership of the NFF players during the tournament where they played New Zealand, it was agreed that what the NFF had already decided, 30% of the money that is given to the team will always go to the team after a major tournament. This was started when the strike was played for the 2025 World Cup. That agreement was reached further in 2017. So it has been in place for every national, that whatever the decision goes from FIFA or from CAF after a major tournament. Now, FIFA came up to say, to say that look, we don't want any crisis at the World Cup. Especially with teams that are known with some of the issues of so we are going to think it now. Let's take the iron that is possible. And here's the money that is the percentage that agree. Let's take the team and then now say each player, we have calculated that you win all your money. And then based on 10% that the position are complete, you will get this amount of money. $30,000. Of course, it's not guaranteed that a team is going to win all 2 months. But let's just take it that winning all 2 months. So take $30,000, for 3 months. And all this money. Again, like magical, the person is again like 30%. The federation will make enough effort to explain this to the player. When the team came down for the Stanford program, and the general means everything. When they got to Gold Coast, their training camp, some of the players too.
Okay, I think it's really difficult for us to hear Olajire. It's very, very hard for us to hear. The audio is actually breaking. So I don't know if we can maybe rejoin him later to fix the audio, and then we'll get back to him so we could barely hear what he's saying. So it's kind of breaking in between. So I don't know what's currently happening. But we'll join you much later on the program. So after we've been able to fix this particular issue. Ken will have to rejoin Olajire again to, he's making whole selling points concerning the NFF that right from time they have agreement with the Super Falcons. So this bonus apparently doesn't have anything to do with the Falcons because already they have an understanding. You have your match bonuses, which you will always get. And of course, the FIFA money coming directly into their own pockets. Hopefully later on he's able to join us. Of course, we resolve the whole issues concerning the coach and also some, claims from the coach concerning non-payment of salaries and also bonuses for some of the players. Now, there's so many players going into the World Cup. There's some players that are saying this might just be their last World Cup. Megan Rapinoe is one of such players. Megan Rapinoe, when you look at the U.S. women's national team, you cannot talk about this national team without talking about Megan Rapinoe. But this is going to be her last World Cup. She confirmed that on Saturday before they'll be playing a game against Wales, their send-forth game in San Jose in the U.S. before they move to Australia. The game about 8 p.m. Tonight against Wales, their last game before they go to Australia. But then this is a player, when you talk about the women's national team, of course, you will have to talk about her because of her performance on the field and also off the field. The issue of equal pay, Alex Morgan, they all started this. She's 38 now, and she says after the National Women's Soccer League ends this season, she will no longer be playing football. Now, this is someone we know definitely we will miss, especially her influence on the field and also off the field of play.
I think just the way the cycles lined up, having this be a World Cup, being a World Cup year and, being able to be in a place, physically that I still feel like I have a lot to contribute. I think kind of at the beginning of this year sort of knew that I wanted to play the end of, through the end of this year, obviously hoping to make the World Cup team and have one last chance at that. It was really important to me and something that I really wanted. It just feels right. Feels like the right time. I have spent a lot of time thinking about it. Again, I feel, and I really know and understand how rare this is for an elite athlete to be able to have agency over the end of their career in a lot of different ways. I wanted to do it, before the World Cup. I wanted to do it on my own terms. I obviously am very thankful to U.S. Soccer and Flacco for allowing me this sort of platform to do it on. But yeah, I did want to do it my own way, and I wanted to make sure that it was something that felt good for me and felt good for the people around me. But ultimately, it is my career and it's my words to say, and I just wanted to make sure that I had, the moment to take time and to say what I wanted to say. And also, I wanted to do it prior to the World Cup. I think I've been asked 1,000 times, it's obviously I'm not going to be playing the next one. My God, that would be a whole scene. So it felt weird to not say it. I want to go into that last one, knowing that for myself and having that be out there. So that was important to me also.
Yeah, 63 goals in 199 caps, more for the U.S. This is, when you're talking about stars like this, it gives you goosebumps how they were able to, last us so long. 199 times. That's huge. Almost 200 caps for the U.S. women's national team. Because, Ballon d'Or, she's winner of Ballon d'Or 2019, yes. She won the FIFA Best Player and, of course, won the Golden Boot and, of course, Ballon d'Or, Golden Ball. She's a winner on and off the field. And then this will be her last World Cup. I remember the USA are going for a triplet for the third time. They want to defend their title. They won the World Cup already 4 times. And should they win this, they'll be the first country, male or female, to be able to win the World Cup 3 consecutive times. Then, that's huge. All right, we need to go on a break. When we come back, of course, we'll see if Olajire can rejoin us, and also we'll talk about the National League. Welcome back from the break. Hopefully, we can now have Demola Olajire to continue the discussion concerning the bonus pay and also what Nigeria Football Federation needs to be doing concerning that of the Super Falcons. I mean, the consistencies they've been having and the fact that this World Cup would not be different from the match performance-related bonuses. Olajire. Okay, I think, okay, we'll try to get him back. Okay, all right, if Ken is here, so we'll continue with it. Ken?
I'm here at your beck and call.
Yeah, before we go on that break, we talk about a player whose personality is like no other on and off the field, talking about Niger Rapinoe, saying this will be her last World Cup after 199 now. Obviously, after the World Cup, it will be on 200 and something.
Number 200.
And maybe more goals, yeah.
You talked about, her name is Megan, but I think I want to change it to Mega, because she is a mega star. She is Megan and she's a star, so she's a Megan star. You said personalities off and on the pitch. She fears no one. I mean, she does the United States president. She tells them, this is who I am. Her personal life is different. When she's a fighter, and when they were doing that collective bargaining issue, going to court, suing the US Soccer Federation, everything, she is there. So performances, you saw her as recently as the last World Cup in France, and you saw what she did. She performed so well. She's different. Her hairstyle is typically out there. Everything she does, very well. And to be at this peak form at 38 tells you that, yes, she has kept herself well. Injuries have been very fair to her. The nature has been so good to her. Her leadership qualities are, there she was the captain last time she stayed there. But if she does this now, she and Jill Ellis, the captain, will be the ones to have won back-to-back, as Jill is already the only manager to have won the World Cup back-to-back, and she was still there with Niger Rapinoe. So the American ladies, that is what, when they went to the collective bargaining, they said, we have achieved more than the male. So why the male? Why are you giving them this much? But then the federation also, to be fair to them, told them, look, you guys are our employees. The male team only gets paid when they come to camp, but you guys, you get paid on and off. So a lot of these things will come up. We are learning, like the Football Federation in Nigeria also, of course, they've had issues with money. They've had issues with challenges of funding. So now that some money is coming in, look at the templates. The three Lionesses are saying, look, because of the agreement the English FA has with their sponsors and that, they don't have that opportunity to go and do extra marketing, extra sponsorship. So that is why they say, look, you give us money from what you are getting. The FA will give the English players extra £10,000. That has always been there for their families who wants to go to the World Cup to go and. So they say, look, this is for your family. This is your own. You're collecting the $30,000 as base money, $60,000 to the second round, $90,000 if you move on, up to when it will get to about $270,000 if you win. But then you have extra £10,000 if your family wants to come to Australia to watch. So this is for them. So basically, I know that. But let's see if Demola is clear now, so that we don't want to lose this. He's given us so much information, and then he's given us the right, so that people cannot speculate why we can get the right information from him. Demola, I hope we can hear you now. Sorry for all the hitches, but let's see if we can hear you clearly now. Yes, I think so. Yes. Let's go up now. Go on. Let's start. Yeah.
Changing and innovation, there is need for
Don't do it like me.
just the way you speak, not do any temptation.
Oh my God.
Is he not hearing me?
I don't know, but when you ask us if we are hearing you, I'm going to hear you, but then the volume does, I don't know what is happening to the audio. You are clear, yeah, I don't understand what is happening to the audio. You are hearing us, but at maybe the output from your own end is where we're having the challenges.
No.
Hello?
The players probably did not understand the whole thing. Somebody was saying that it's a FIFA incentive, that the $30,000 is a FIFA incentive. But that is not the truth. $30,000 is the money that goes to each player for playing 3 matches, in the tournament. That is the 2 game. So if you go to the round of 16, if you look at the round, you get $60,000.
Yeah.
This money has been taken out of what is due to the federation.
Okay.
From which the federation, by the original arrangement, by the previous arrangement, was going to pay to the players.
Okay.
So, in Turkey, although we've always had this since 2018 when the Super Eagles went to Turkey, to Russia for the World Cup. The NFF had a meeting with them in 2017, December. Say, okay, let us agree on what we are going to do at the World Cup. And so they said, okay, we are going to pay you your match bonuses, and then 30% of whatever money that the federation gets will go to the team. It now depends, the team will now determine how to share it among themselves, among the players on the pitch. So now, the template was validated by the NFL leadership and the Falcons in Turkey in April, when the Falcons played 2 matches against New Zealand and Chelsea. So a couple of weeks later, FIFA came up with a new template. This template was first adopted for the men's World Cup last year. We don't want the issue of players taking out and, we're not going to training, we want this money now, we don't want that at the Women's World Cup as well. So let us take the feeling of what we have spent playing the matches, and then that extra that the federation has agreed to give to them. So they took the ceiling, and it came to $30,000 for each player. That is assuming that you are going to win all 3 matches for the state. The NSF agreement was $3,000 for a win in the UK, and then you get your 30% of the money that FIFA is. But now, people have said, we want this thing to be done directly. We are assuming that the teams will win all their 3 straight matches. So we're going to give each player $1,000. All these monies are going to be removed, from what the federation will get. Some people are saying it's the FIFA incentive. It's not a FIFA incentive. These monies are going to be taken out of what is due to the participating member associations. I think that is where the main misunderstanding came from. So the players must understand, they must know that these monies are not FIFA gifts. Out federations like for appearing at the World Cup.
Okay.
Players. So I hope they will understand that $30,000 is
Are you still going to pay them? Are you still going to pay them their winning bonuses, or if they win, or everything is in this package?
$2,000. If you okay, let's say we stand on the $3,000.
Yes.
If they win all 3 matches, they get.
Yes. Can you maybe
we need to move off
when you
from
speak
this
with,
one. It's actually hard for us to hear Mr. Lajire and also on the program. Hopefully, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe a phone call will be better, but if we can hear him more clearly, we should be able to continue this conversation. But Kwemi Ajala is in the studio this afternoon. You know, Kwemi, hi, good to have you.
Yeah, it's nice being here on a cold and wet Sunday here in Lagos. I think take away the clement weather, the happening in the Super Falcons camp is not good at all. Unfortunately, this is one World Cup that has galvanized more spectators and more enthusiastic supporters for the Super Falcons. Unfortunately, this is not the best of adverts for female football in Nigeria. So I think let's see how we can remedy the situation because it's already a bad case. So I just hope we won't have the worst case. But this is definitely a bad case for the Super Falcons and the preparation towards the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that the players said, look, they're not, everything going on is all rumor, people just talk. I mean, we're happy that the Director of Communication, Nigeria Football Federation, has been able to clarify some of the issues. And also, our press release from the Federation also saying that maybe says, look, we are not, I mean, we don't know where this is coming from. We are fully focused, we are ready, and we are training. I mean, we are happy that everything is going on well. But I mean, the other issues happens to be with that of the coach, of course, him talking. I mean, that's the next question Olajire will be answering. If he's able to join us later on the program, we'll be able to take him on that as well. Okay. Let's leave that quickly. We'll go back to countdown to the FIFA Women's World Cup, especially concerning the coach of the team, Randy Waldrum, because Olajire will have to ask some questions. We'll have to answer some questions that will be asked on this program. So let's talk about the National League. I mean, you monitored. We now have Heartland, of course, after going down. They're coming back to Nigeria Premier League with a bang, and not just going unbeaten, but also winning it against Caterpillars. Well, that game, 2-0. It was a comfortable victory, you would say, for them. We know that, yes, Caterpillars didn't have their big man, Rapinoe Ali, because, you know, he got a card in the game against Katsina, so he was absent in the other game. But Heartland had a good game.
Yeah, I think for me, the playoff final is like a dead rubber match. It's more like the only dead rubber where you get a trophy because the main focus is getting on that promotion list. So having been promoted, any other thing becomes a bonus. I think the adrenaline you need for the final is not the same thing you need for other matches that guarantee that qualification to the Premier League. So I think it's a good one for Heartland. They are back, and let's hope they don't become under yo-yo side, and that they're actually back to stay.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, just said Heartland, they are back. They may not just be under yo-yo side. We know they've had issues with, you know, payment of players and some other issues they usually have. But hopefully this time, as they are coming back, they would get all that sorted, especially coming in as champions of the National League. Right, let's get reactions from the. Okay.
The case of Heartland is ironical because the Heartland is known as the Nays millionaires. So when the millionaires are always having problem of payment, you know, we looked at this issue, you know, a year or so ago when the players were having all sorts of problems of non-payment, backlog of salaries that, you know, this culminated in their being relegated. And now that they are back, I do, because like this is a state-funded team. We don't know how buoyant the state cover is, but then that is where it has to be. When you want to run professional football, this is what we keep on saying here. under normal circumstances, Heartland is supposed to be making money for Imo State and not Imo State using their money to fund Heartland because they are a professionally run club who's supposed to earn more than they spend. So let's see if maybe the board that they have in place will look at all this, not just the Heartland board, the board of all other state-owned football clubs in Nigeria. How, what they will do to see that the clubs can sustain themselves, at least if not 100%, let's say 20, 30, 40 to start with. But where 100% is going there, also the state fund, the football, the fans fund everything. Is at an era when there are competing needs, healthcare, education, roads, a lot of things. So that's what is going to happen. But coming back here, let's hope they will sustain it and remain here, because Heartland in the days they've come a very, very, very long way in their names, in Wine National and stuff like that. Let's see. It's a club with history, and clubs with history that this club dominated the local scene. They had an era. You have an Enyimba era, you have the Rangers era, you have, like Kano Pillars are also back, Bella Insurance is back, Shooting Stars are back. So let's see if this state, we have a deliberate plan, to see that, yes, these clubs, if it is finance, that their name, their reputation, their history, their track record will able to attract enough funds to sustain them, for a very long time at the top level. Yeah, it is quite, I don't know what it is like to see the clubs like Heartland, Shooting Stars, Bendel Insurance, Kano Pillars becoming yo-yo clubs, going up and down in the Nigerian football terrain. We want to see them at the top. Their fans, they have massive followers, and I think little naira from these fans can sustain these teams.
That's if they are willing to really do that, because it is important. When you're running a club, you have to run it professionally. Maybe that profession, maybe we have to remove that from a professional league. Just call it Nigeria Top Flight League or Nigeria Premier League. All right, let's get reactions from Kano Pillars and also Heartland after the game in Asaba on Friday night.
It usually happens like that. First half, we played well. Second half, I don't really know what happened. But it's just a game of football. It happens. Yeah, it's a very challenging one. It's a very, very challenging one. All the teams are good, and they came out fully to play, to give their best. And we thank God for who pick the MPFF slot. We thank God. We give God all the glory.
We put up a very good performance in the first half. But you see, at the second half, I believe fatigue set in. Because we arrived here a day to the competition, and so many things also actually happen. But the important thing, the mandate given to me by the government and the management of Kano Pillars has been fulfilled. We've gotten the promotion to the Premier League, but we have desired to actually crown our efforts with this trophy. It's unfortunate that we lost a little bit of concentration, and then the fatigue contributed, because you can see that I gave opportunity to some of the players that have not played before as a result of injury and fatigue in the team. There are positives we must take from every competition, and I assure you, we will go back, because we know the Premier League is not a child's play. We have seen the grey areas. We'll go back, do good recruitment, beef up the grey areas, and then start preparation early for the Premier League.
It means a whole lot of. In fact, our CV has changed, number one. Number two, the fame it will bring to these players. And it's another opportunity for them, because many scouts are here, okay? They definitely get offers here and there, okay? Number one, we have God on our side. Number two, determination. Number three, we are focused. Okay, we have a focus, we have agreement, this is what we want, and we are focused. We didn't allow circumstances to divert our attention from where we are looking at.
Right, all of them ready to come to top flight. To see, MPFL is going to be very tough next season. You're having Kano Pillars, Heartland, and of course, Sporting Lagos. They're all back. Katsina United, they're all back. For Sporting Lagos here, the baby of the most recently created club after just one season in NNL, they are also in the Premier League. All right, let's quickly touch down on the Niger Super 8 that's currently going on in Lagos. And there's some results you see. You say, it shocked me, right? Yeah, it shocked me when you see some results. But that's what Niger Super 8 is all about, is the best of the best in the league that are playing. Now, let's take a look at results from Saturday, starting with Aqua United and Yobe Stars. Aqua United had it easy. They were 2 goals up before Yobe Stars were able to. Emmanuel James put one back for them, ended 2-1. But Rivers and Lobi Stars, that's the game, to watch, really, because everyone anticipated a very tough game, and it proved to be that. Now, Rivers United scored first, which was easy. Albert Cover scored the goal for them first. And, of course, before you know it, in the 71st minute, Okomi David equalized. It was 1-1. And 96th minute, Chibuike Charles just nicked that. And for Rivers United, after that going 1 goal up, they couldn't muster anything again. And Lobi Stars running away with all 3 points. And so after just marked the 1, it's over. That's good.
Yeah, remember, Lobi Stars had a very poor Super 6. And again, it's not the best of the best, but rather the most popular, that is the Super 8, because the Super 6 was actually for the best of the best. So these were more like a popularity contest. And unfortunately, we also had the best of the best amongst them. So it's like a marriage of 2, best of the best and most popular. But Lobi Stars, they came to Lagos with so much expectations during the Super 6, and they happen to be the most disappointing team in that Super 6. So maybe having lost the Continental ticket, opting for the Continental ticket, getting the mega box to prepare them for next season, because it's so sad when I heard the Atlant coach saying the scout are here. You're supposed to be beefing up your team for the challenges in the NPFL level when you are saying they should. So Atlant has now become a selling club. So I think it's a wrong sentiment for the manager to us. So Lobi Stars, yes, they lost the big one, but I think they can have this compensation.
It's really compensation, especially when you're beating a team like Rivers United, former champions until Enyimba were able to wrestle the trophy from them. Let's go to Ken on this one. Ken, I know you're monitoring the Niger Super 8. We've always talked about the more the merrier. Yes, players may be tired, but when you have more to play, more money comes in. And, of course, the players will be ready for the season.
Anything to me, it's I think the major thing, like we said, the money that is going to go there. If you know how much it takes for a team to play an away match. Of course, it's not about 2 million and stuff like that. Of course, they would need these ones are there, for the expenses here. But to run a league to run a club in the season takes a lot, especially in their away games where they have to go to their travels, their hotels, a lot of things that are involved in all that. So basically, all we should do right now is to go back to the very beginning, get the fans back to the stands. That is where it is. But it is great. It is great to have them now. It's great to have them playing this. It's great to have the clubs have a lot of participation, a lot of tune-up, preparing, especially for the teams that also will be going to representing Nigeria at the continent. So if you are right there, to represent us, you need a lot of tune-up games. Now we're hearing about this time they're using this to test tune, the new signings they are having, and setting them aside. It's like almost like the pre-season has started even before the other season ended. But let's see how it goes. The more the merrier, and then at least, like you said, it is not just junk football. Something will come along with it to take care of your expenses. I think this is worth taking note of and applauding.
Yeah, and we have.
But let's see. I don't know if Demola is back with us. I don't know. It is something I don't know what we need to do now.
Okay, I think we'll go to him once he's back with us. We have more games coming up today. We have more games coming up today, talking about the Niger Super 8, where you have Let's just look at Remo Stars will be in action against Katsina United. Remo Stars beat Enyimba 2-1 in the opening game. You also have Enyimba International and Sporting Lagos. They'll also be in action. Enyimba, of course, lost to Remo Stars in their opening game. So we'll go for a break now. When we'll come back, we'll see if we can get Olajire talking to us.